Got to plug that in.
The truth set you free.
Let's go.
In an age of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act.
Mr. Epstein, table for one. From the pineapple to the big apple, from Maine to Spain. Let me know where you're calling in from or viewing from. We got no callers today. Thank you so much for joining us. And by us, I mean me. Ready to go for another one here. I'm just jumping on. This one's a little bit of a surprise, if you will. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to yet another episode of the Veritas Machine. Today, we got something unique, different, special, exciting. Jeffrey. Epstein, table for one. Epstein, table for one. Oh boy, man, we're going to get into this one. This is something else. Here he is. How you doing? Welcome once again to another edition of the Veritas Machine. This is a special edition. We're going to get into what we call the Epstein tapes. And greetings, UK, Texas. All right. Chicago. All right. Well, greetings, everybody. Now, what do we know about this guy, this Jeffrey Epstein? Now, keep in mind, this is for, I got to start doing some of the like YouTube disclaimers. This is for entertainment purposes only, and I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know what that has to do with this page. But here we go. Long Island, everybody. I'm going to start doing it like Mike. Long Island in the house. Long Island in the house. UK in the house. Texas in the house. I love the way Mike repeats himself. Texas in the Long Island. All right. All right. Now, this is just going to be something that, we put together a compilation here. And I want to get into this. What's that? There we go. There's the layout. Let's just get right into some of this shenanigans. And let's hear the former late, maybe not late, maybe he's not late, maybe he's still around. I don't know. Who's to say? Let's give it a listen. This just never, every time this guy talks, and when you notice the beginning, here's the smarmy part of this guy, right? Is that he is in a deposition, right? He's in a legal deposition, and he is hitting a fucking paralegal that's in the room with him. Like, just listen to this shit. It's like, yeah, all right. Hey, I'm here on sex charges. You want to have some sex? Like, what is he? Just follow me here. Let's go. Look at him smiling. Yes, ma'am. Jerk off. Oh, you know what? Look at me go. Sorry about that, guys. I brought this in and I didn't turn the sound on. I could hear it. So give me just a second here. I'm a little rusty, okay? I just got back. All right? I've been busy. So let's get this for you again. I'm so sorry, guys. There's a little tab. There we go. Whoops. What a professional. What a professional this guy is. You going with this one? No? Okay, just give me a second to. I got so excited when I came on here. I was like, oh, I even forgot to turn on the sound. So, we're getting this going here for you. I hope everybody's having a lovely day today. We're just getting after this Epstein stuff here. So, sure. Good Lord. Somebody needs more coffee in the morning. Thank you for being patient with me, guys. There we go. Line it up at a boom, boom, boom. And we'll just get back to the beginning. You know, as Charlie Ward says, expansimon. You're supposed to guess the words. That should be better.
Would you raise your hand, please? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're
There we go.
in the matter now pending should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you please state your full name?
And Jeffrey Edward Epstein, and my residence address is 6100 Red Hook Boulevard.
Is that better, guys?
Virgin Islands.
Do you maintain any other residences present?
Let me just pause it for a second. I just want to make sure everybody hears that. Hey, what's up, Rabbit? Denise, Tracy. Good to see you guys, too. Thank you. It's good to be seen. I'm sure you can hear that now.
I have vacation homes in New Mexico, Palm Beach, New York, and Paris.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
Yes.
What was the crime of which you were convicted?
Two counts, one soliciting prostitution and procuring a minor for prostitution.
Ugh. He's so gross.
Did you in fact commit those acts?
I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right.
How many times have you solicited a minor for prostitution?
Same answer.
How many times have you solicited a minor for prostitution in the state of Florida?
Same answer.
Wow.
Have you ever solicited a minor for prostitution in the Virgin Islands?
Same answer.
That is, you are invoking your Fifth Amendment.
Yes, right. Yes, Mr. Squirrel.
Have you ever solicited for prostitution in New York?
Same answer.
Have you ever solicited for prostitution in New Mexico?
Same answer.
Have you ever solicited for prostitution in Paris?
Same answer.
Have you ever solicited a minor for prostitution anywhere at any time?
Again, I'm going to assert my right.
Did you ever?
We're going to go off the record.
So you are terminating the deposition at this time?
Recess of the deposition.
And he walks.
College did you attend? Cooper Union.
And let me just tell you something. Walking out of a deposition like that's not very good. But, you know, I like watching depositions like this because it really just gives you an insight as to some of the attorneys that have to do this have an incredible amount of skill and sort of this conversational, tactical knowledge of, you know, getting what they need. Sometimes you don't need an answer to get the answer you need. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what good lawyers do. Look at this place.
And did you get a degree from Cooper Union?
Oh, this is a school.
How many years were you in college?
I believe 2.
What'd you study?
Physics.
Now, Jeffrey Epstein was, I don't know if many of you know this, he worked at a school. He was a teacher. He also was a professor's assistant for a while. And he worked with a lot of the younger students. And you'll see some older pictures of him, I believe. You can find some of those of his.
Well, isn't it true?
Right on
that
the thumbnail
you
of
were a
this.
teacher at the Dalton School in New York after college. It's just unheard of. It's just an unbelievable scheme to have kept going.
Look at the
for that
smug.
long of a period of time.
Look at this smug. Let's go back this up here a little bit.
College. It's just unheard of. It's just an unbelievable scheme to have kept.
Look at that. Look on his face. You know, when I saw this, I watched it the
Unheard
first
of.
time.
It's just an unbelievable scheme to
Look at that. Look at that. That's right. He worked for Bill Barr's father at the Cooper's School. That is correct. They do get into this a little bit more in video. But look at this smarmy, smug, evil. Yeah, somebody just pop in words that you guys think of, like the first word that you think of when you see this. This is just fucking repulsive. Repulsive. I'm going to go with repulsive. Here, I'm going to type that in chat. Repulsive. Everybody give me a word. If you don't mind. Pop that on in there. But look at this look on his face. This is a man who is in a deposition. If it were you or I that were in this, right, if we were in this situation, there would be I think, a degree of remorse, of even just, just a little bit of capitulation to the attorney. Let's just keep going.
going for
Smarmy.
that long of a period of time.
Possessed.
Do you consider yourself to be bisexual? No. Okay. In any event, you did develop a sexual relationship with Leslie Wexner at some point in time. Is that true? No.
Now, if you guys do not know who Leslie Wexner is, that is Mr. Les Wexner, who is the former owner, CEO of L Brands and Victoria's Secret. All right. So the gentleman that they were just referring to is Les Wexner. You could look in my Instagram and see posts about him and everything like that. Something like that. Now, I cast no aspersions on the shape of this man's penis. All right. That's his business. All right. I understand that in this, they have to ask because there's some, sexual improprieties and crimes involved here that they are questioned. So, for the record, I do not have an egg-shaped penis, if that is scientifically necessary to share. A2 feathers, what's up?
Sexually attracted to underage minor females.
Objection, harassing, argumentative.
Are you kidding?
I mean, I don't feel like I'm divulging any secrets here, right?
Mr. Epstein, you were convicted of this. So the question is very legitimate.
Move to strike.
Move to strike.
Mr. Epstein, were you sexually abused as a minor?
Ooh.
Again?
Were you sexually abused as a minor?
I'd like to respond to all your, if any, questions seem to be relevant, but I would like to respond to any relevant question at this time. However, my attorneys have counseled me that I cannot provide answers to the questions relevant to this lawsuit today. I must accept their advice or risk losing my Sixth Amendment right to effective representation. Accordingly, then, I assert my Fifth, Sixth, and 14th Amendment right to the United States Constitution.
Okay, so here's another one. We're jumping around in time a little bit to some of these different depositions. But the through line, what I'm finding is just obviously, look at this look on his face. Arrogance, untouchable. He thinks he's untouchable. Nobody can get to him. And maybe that's true. That's possible. That's very possible. This is a man who's reportedly committed suicide in jail. The more I watch him speak, the more I am pushed towards the belief that he is perhaps still with us.
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the
What do
truth?
you guys
so help
think?
you God?
Yes, I do.
Is it true, sir, that
Do you think that Epstein is gone, or do you think he's still with us? That's a good question, huh? What do you guys think?
you have what's been described as an egg-shaped?
Exactly,
Yes.
member. Right.
I had hired psychologists to do a psychological profile on Jeffrey Epstein, what type of person he was, and what would actually get under his skin. What made him tick was that he was a narcissist.
There you go.
He had no ability to feel empathy and saw himself as the master of puppets, so to speak.
Sir,
Now, I have, whoops. All right.
one witness described your penis as oval-shaped and claimed when erect, it was thick towards the bottom, but was thin and small towards the head portion,
Yikes.
and called it egg-shaped. Those are not my words. I
But,
apologize.
hey,
But as Mr. Creighton has stated, that
still
this
alive?
is a-
Yeah. There he goes.
I'm willing to continue.
He's done.
I hate to call him back.
Let me go on. He tries at all times to be the master of his domain and in control of his world.
And that's exactly it. And this is what people like this type of monster narcissist. You know, I interviewed Peter Nygaard's son. Peter Nygaard is someone else who is involved with this whole alleged human trafficking, islands, moving kids around. Now, do I believe that this happens? Absolutely. But I also believe there's a certain community and population that are on social media that are taking away from the realities with fantasies. People are not looking in fucking tunnels. Okay? They're not. You're more likely to find abuse down the street from you. Your neighbors, okay? The people in your area, local, be active locally. You know, local action is very important. Local action is a key to stopping things like this. If you see something, when it has to do with a child, you say something, or you do something about it right then, which those situations present themselves in life as well. Exactly. Elsie's dad. Very calculating, alive, scary. Don't talk about like this. He should just put that on a t-shirt when he walks into these things.
As soon as he feels he's out
Yep,
of
usually a
control,
family member or friend. You got it.
it's unsettling to him.
Complaint filed by Virginia Roberts against you. Isn't it true, sir, that a friend of yours sent you 3 12-year-old females for you to sexually abuse on one of your birthdays?
Form argumentative, harassing, and irrelevant to this lawsuit.
But is you saying it's part of the lawsuit?
Yeah, I'll read it directly.
It was Jeffrey's birthday
On one of defendant Epstein's birthdays,
And this is allegedly this story, this friend of defendant Epstein, to give you guys a little fill in here so you know who they're talking about. They're talking about Jean-Luc Brunel, allegedly. The alleged conversation that they're allegedly having here on this alleged fucking tape is Jean-Luc Brunel, who is also, you know, in a very similar, it is a very similar type of person, Epstein, Nygaard. And when I interviewed, and you can look on my channel here, you'll see the interview of Peter Nygaard's son. You'll just see the narcissism and how it affects everyone around him.
a friend of defendant Epstein sent him 3 12-year-old girls from
Jean-Luc Brunel,
France who spoke no English for defendant to sexually exploit and abuse. After doing so, they were sent back to France the next day. Isn't that true?
Once again, I'm going to move to strike. Irrelevant, argumentative, harassing.
I would like to answer that question. I really would. However, today, my attorneys have told me I have to assert my Fifth Amendment, Sixth Amendment, and 14th Amendment rights of the U.S. Constitution.
You're invoking your Fifth Amendment rights to each of these questions because you know that your answers will incriminate you and you feel that it will result in you being prosecuted for these crimes. Isn't that right?
Objection, argumentative, harassing, and calls for a legal conclusion.
No, in fact, the Supreme Court recently said that the Fifth Amendment right is there to protect the innocent. So that's the way I'd like to answer.
listen to how arrogant he would be. He's not an attorney. He's not an attorney. And he is popping off, oh, you know, the Supreme Court is being done, ding to bing bang. You know, come on now.
Are you
Go
released
suck
from
an
jail
egg.
at some time? Do you have to report back to jail on a daily basis?
Yes, I report back to jail.
Okay, this going back to 09,
Every single day?
where he got to walk freely in and out of jail. All right?
Yes, sir.
And is it 7 days a week that you're out on work release?
No, sir.
How many days a week are you out on work release?
6.
And of those 6 days, how many hours per day are you out on work release?
12.
We're back on the video record at 12:02 p.m.
Let's talk about Jane Doe 102, Virginia Roberts. Do you know Virginia Roberts?
So she's, again, who?
Virginia
What?
Roberts.
Can you spell it? Underage. How about that? How about we spell it like that? You know, I don't watch these whole things sometimes because I want to get a fresh reaction. This part I didn't see. He does not know who Virginia. What?
Virginia Roberts.
Oh, yeah. Who? I know who she is.
Common spelling. Virginia, like the state.
Can you spell it?
Yes, please.
Roberts.
Please spell.
What's the last name? How's it spelled?
No. What's the last name? I told you to spell it for me. You will spell for me now. Before I put a magnifying glass on you, allegedly. Okay.
Roberts, I believe.
Isn't it true that you and Ghislaine Maxwell celebrated her 16th birthday with her and had sex with her on that day?
Form, compound, confusing, argumentative, and harassing.
Not confusing at all.
I'd like to answer that question. But today, I'm going to have to assert my Sixth Amendment rights, my Fifth Amendment rights.
Is it
It's like a
true
joke to him.
that you forced Virginia Roberts to have sex with numerous friends of yours?
Are you kidding?
Well, guys, there you go. That is the whole shebang.
As I
With
indicated
some
in
of
my
the
opening statement, I wanted to talk about the death of
Epstein.
Mr. Epstein.
And we're
Do
going to
you,
get into
concur with
eventually
the-
some,
The opinion that it
senators
was
and
a
everything
suicide?
talking about his death. We're going to do this in a couple parts, and we're going to break this down. So we're going to start to get a little more into the mind of Mr. Epstein. And I hope you guys join me on the next one. I just want to jump on here and do this. Make sure you share this out. If you are on right now, especially on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. Go ahead and copy. There we go. Make sure you copy this, share it out to your friends. Let them see this monster and let them know. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit those notification bells. My channel was temporarily terminated due to mass reporting. I've got a lot of trolls that don't like what I've been reporting on Tim Ballard and some of the things that I say on social media. So due to those attacks, it would be very helpful if you left a nice comment because I get a lot of mean ones. People are mean to me. suck an egg-shaped dick. Allegedly. And this is, you know, I do a lot of parody, and a lot of people don't understand my sense of humor, but I sometimes, you know, I joke about things. And we do not approve of any violence or harm to anyone, ever, even if we don't like them. Just because we don't like somebody doesn't mean we want them to suffer, all right? So let's just make that clear. We are not, if someone were to ask you, are you a good witch or a bad witch? All right? We are a good witch, okay? We don't wear like black and fly around on brooms. We got like pink and wands and stars and stuff like that. So that's where we're at. And I really do appreciate you guys for joining me, you guys and gals who have been supporting me through all this BS. I do appreciate it. So make sure you like it. Make sure you spread it around and share it. And I'll tell you, you definitely do. Camp Guard Girl, that makes it, you know, and that makes sense to me. I mean, you know, we call it gallows humor for a reason. And also, you know, obviously my buddy Will, I'm going to scroll right down here. My buddy Will, make sure you give to his GoFundMe. A lot of you guys know who he is. It's Cold Beer Confessional. If you haven't gone over to Cold Beer Confessional, subscribe to his channel as well. And I guess we're just going to see you on the next one, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. Full send.
The truth set you free. In an age of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act.
We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I got a lot of content coming out over the next couple weeks, so hit that notification bell, hit that like button. We're going to get at these troll-ass mother effers. They're going to be sorry. They're going to be sorry. Fuck them. See you.